he was number 2 in the top 50 SDRs of 2019. So everyone give a warm welcome to Griff.
Ooh. Hey there, guys. I feel a bit lonely without my beer, but we'll be all right. So look, just to share a bit of background before I get stuck into my topic. So I started off my career in recruitment, doing that for about 18 months before I joined Xactly as an SDR. I've been here for about 1.5 years now, and in that space of time, I won the SDR of the Year award last year with a big amount of quota attainment and ultimately making my way to EMEA manager. So I attribute a lot of this success to internal selling. So whilst I think external selling is something we hear about quite a lot and something that's really valuable, I've heard some great talks here about it, I've never actually heard someone talk about, well, how are you leveraging your peers? How are you actually utilizing the people around you to be good at your job? So first and foremost, how are we defining internal selling? For me, it's the process in which you're getting people to build confidence within you, I guess. So the way in which people are seeing you within the office space, the way in which you're seen as a person and an individual and a contributor. So I picked this topic. It's something I'm hugely passionate about. For me, if I'm collaborating consistently with the people that I work with, it means that I'm actually, well, a lot happier as a person. I'm a lot better at my job because I'm utilizing people's skills and attributes to make myself better and learn a lot from what they're doing. And ultimately, from a happiness perspective, it means that I enjoy my job. So, look, we're all here because we're like, well, okay, this guy's talking about this, but why is it relevant to me? Why is this important to you as an SDR? So 2 topics I'm going to cover, 2 simple ones, I think. The first one is progression, and I think for a lot of us here, it'll be progression into the account executive role, or for some of you, maybe titled slightly differently, but just the guys who are closing business. And the second topic will be increasing your performance as an SDR or a BDR, right? So the first topic is a progression into the account executive role. I imagine a lot of you are looking into this role in the coming months or years, and it's something that you're very mindful of and making sure that you're in the best position to get there when the time comes. And this is why I think this is important when it comes to internal selling, because account execs are the guys who are doing it the most, right? They're always pulling in all manner of directions within the business in order for them to actually make that deal happen. You know, they're looking at all the resources they have available to them. So for you to be good as an SDR or a BDR, you need to sort of be following suit with this. And the best account executives I know are the ones who have a really incredible internal branding within the business. They're ones who can leverage multiple stakeholders at any given time when it comes to these deals and when it comes to this business. And that brings me to my first take-back point for you guys. I mean, as an SDR or BDR, you need to be always asking the question of feedback. Like, how do you think I did on this? Do you think this opportunity is relevant? Do you think it's any good? And then secondly, on that feedback, it's, you know, what's your actual opinion of it? Because ultimately for me, there's 2 things here. These guys are, a lot of the time, one, more experienced than you. They've definitely sort of had that insight and experienced that in sales. And secondly, tying in with that, they've probably done the job before. So, falling over almost. So they've probably done that job before. So they definitely have a good insight into that. And then secondly, from that progression point, you should always be having the conversations with these guys around the meetings that you're not booking. I think the best SDRs aren't the only ones who are just being like, oh yeah, well, I've got this number, I've got to book this many meetings, and that's my KPIs, that's my quota, right? You need to be looking at it like, no, I'm discovering the account, I'm mapping out the territory, and I'm bringing value so that we can actually ascertain what's actually good within the business. Are we actually looking at the right contact? So that leads me to my next point, which is increasing your performance, right? I mean, a lot of us are salespeople. I imagine a lot of us have quotas. I mean, I'm sure we all love them, right? And for me, you know, your performance is vital. And the one big takeaway I think you should all be doing as an SDR or a BDR or, you know, anything similar to that is you should be treating the people you're booking these opportunities for with the same manner and intent as you would a prospect. And look, I mean, we've all probably booked some borderline opportunities in the past, but myself included, right? But generally speaking, the best people who are doing this job are the people who are demonstrating and displaying the value within every opportunity within them and really being able to, I guess, present that to the account executive, to whoever it is you're booking that opportunity for. So That takes me on to another big point, I think, and that's selling your opportunities. And that's, when you're presenting this opportunity, you've just booked a meeting, great, you're really buzzing, and you're like, right, I need to chat to you about this opportunity. There's a huge difference between going up to your account executive and being like, oh, hey, yeah, I've got this meeting with this guy I spoke to, and I think the call's next week, and I forgot what the company's called, but I think they're relevant. And they're just like, well, that sounds a bit shit, right? And then there's a huge difference between that and walking up to your account executive and saying, hey, look, I've just got you a call with a key decision maker at this target account. They're using this system, and this is why they're looking to speak with us, and this is what the context of the conversation is. And I'm following up over email just with all of the basis around the conversation for you. So I guess my point there is, and relevance for you guys is, you need to be doing the due diligence not before you call the guy, well, as much as you should be before you call the guy, but just as much afterwards. The due diligence needs to come at both stages. And what I mean by that is every stage of that opportunity that you're involved in, you need to always be demonstrating and displaying that value to your account exec. So finally from that, if you're doing these sort of things, from my experience in sales, these account executives will typically be scratching your back a bit more the more and more you do these sort of things. So to conclude, the things I think that are most commonly overlooked, and they're quite simple to be honest with you, you need to be treating your AEs or whoever it is you're booking these opties for as a prospect. You need to be always asking people for feedback, and you should always be doing the due diligence at every stage of the opportunity. So just finalizing everything, it's why we're all here right now, right? We're looking to further enhance our own capabilities, our own career. If you follow these sort of steps like I have, you'll find that there's a huge difference between being someone who's just sort of setting KPIs and hitting them and being like, oh, well, I've hit these numbers, and someone who's actually like, no, I've really brought a number of values to my business. So thank you.